Hello, I'm honored that you're watching this little short presentation. What I want to teach you today is how to do a phenomenal chair massage using one stroke, just one stroke. Now, it's interesting because some of my worst, toughest critics laughed at me when I told them I had a one-stroke massage, and one of them got on my chair, and after 20 minutes, she was completely blown away because it literally changed her whole spinal column in 20 minutes. But I really want you to practice this for half an hour on each client. So we're talking about working on the spine on a chair. This is a massage chair. This particular chair is made in China. It's not a fancy-dancy chair. It's just a simple, plain chair. We have access to these, and if you go to BeautifulSkinPartyPlan.com, you can order one for $200. And I'm also going to show you how to massage using a body cushion. But the truth is, if you have a nice, tall, straight-back chair, you can just use a quilt or anything. And as long as you can get a person positioned nice and long, I'm going to teach you how to work on them. Now, you're saying, who is this guy? Well, I'm the founder of the International Massage Association. I've done over 35,000 hours of massage. And what I've learned is the more massage I did, the less strokes that I used to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. So you get better and better and better as you refine your work. So my massage work on a chair is refined down to one stroke. Now I challenge anybody to compete with my one stroke because they can't, because it does what it's supposed to do. So what it does is it elongates the erector spinae muscles. There's 3 sets of them, as you can see, and they go from the pelvis all the way up to the cranium up here. And what these muscles do is, these muscles, when they get tight, they shorten the spine. And when they loosen up, they relax the spinal column. Now, what value does that have? So you got a loose or a tight spinal column. Well, I'm going to show you really simply with my fingers. Here's your vertebrae and here's your nerves. When the vertebrae get close together, they shut the nerves down. When the vertebrae relax and move apart, they relax the nervous system. So the stroke that I'm going to teach you relaxes the whole nervous system. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to put somebody on the chair and I'm going to show you. But first, I want to talk a little bit about how you use your body. Now, I watch a lot of people doing massage and they're doing this. Don't do that. You want to be nice and tall and straight. And you want to work from here, not from here. And you see the difference? If you drop your shoulders, let your arms come from here, now your spinal column's relaxed and you can move into your fingertips and into your finger pads. If you're here, where's all that pressure going? Onto your shoulders and your back. Now think about this. The bigger muscles you use in the body, the less energy they take. So if you use your big muscles in your arm to move your hand, all your stroking is done with your finger pads. Now, are your fingers moving? Absolutely not. They're locked in place. They're reaching. You're reaching out of your fingertips and you're rubbing across muscle. And as long as you're reaching, look at those hands. Could you believe that they're 35,000 hours of massage? And I'm not talking about foo-foo pampering massage. I'm talking about deep muscle work because that's all I do. All I do is Canadian cross-fiber deep muscle work. That's all I do. In fact, I teach it, and if you went to massagecourse.com, you could buy my whole massage course. But you don't need that. I'm going to teach you one stroke that can literally open up your business for you. Now, can you make a living on a chair? Not my kind of living because there's not enough hours in the day. But it's a great way to reach clients and get them to come in and get on your table. So now let's get to work, and I'm going to get somebody here in the chair, and I'm going to show you what to do. So I'm going to start with this really simple stroke. Now, Mr. Hendrick's spine comes right down here like this, and right here is the erector muscles on this side and on this side. So here's my stroke. I'm using the pads of my fingers, and I'm starting on the opposite side of the spine, and I'm just going bump, 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 bump. And as much as I can, I'm leaning forward into the stroke, and I'm letting my body do the work so I can feel it in my calves. Now, I don't feel it much in my body because my body's moving with my fingers. And you notice that my fingers aren't moving at all. They're just going, they're straight. All they're doing is just reaching and reaching and reaching and bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping. And I can go all the way to the top. And I can change hands when I get to the center of my body, and I'll start again. Bump, bump, bump. Now, that's pretty complicated, right? And you probably couldn't learn that, could you, in any more than a minute? Now, How long are we going to do this? For half an hour. We're going to do for a few minutes on the right side, which we're doing right now. My right calf is pushing my right shoulder, and my right shoulder is pushing my right hand. And now I'm doing it with my left hand at the top. And start again. And we're starting right above the pelvis, and we're working our way up. So we're working in the lumbar and then the thoracic and just a little bit of the cervical. Now remember I told you it's one stroke, right? And that's all it is. It's one stroke. And all we're working is the erectors. And do we have to go deep? No, we just have to go a lot. 10 soft strokes equal 1 medium stroke. 10 medium strokes equal 1 deep stroke. How many strokes does it take to relax a muscle? I don't know. You just have to feel it and figure it out for yourself. So this is, can you see how easy this is? How many of these could I do a day? Quite a few, right? Now, I'm after a result, and the result I'm after is I want to lengthen the spine, and I want to relax the nervous system. If I can relax the nervous system, you realize I can affect the whole body just by working on the spine. Now, I told you I've done over 35,000 hours of massage. Now, how much of that do you think was on the spinal column? Well, every first client, unless they had a specific problem, got their spinal column done for the first 3 or 4 sessions, and that's all I worked on. They're laying on the table, on the body cushion, on their tummy. They're laying prone, and I'm working on their spine and their neck and their shoulders. Now, why would I do that? Because I wanted lifelong clients, and I want to make enough change in their body that they're going to come back for the rest of their life, because this is not fluff and foof. This is making their body better. One stroke for this whole period of time. One stroke, bump, 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 bump. Now, I'm not touching the spine. I'm on the left side of the spine with my finger pads, and I'm leaning forward into the stroke. Now, let's say that I get an NFL player on my chair, and I've had a few of them. I got lucky enough to have Mean Joe Green on my table one time. Of course, my name's Green, too, and I thought maybe we were cousins, but he didn't think so. So, if I had Mean Joe Green on my chair right now, and what a nice guy, phenomenal guy, great businessman. You know, he's not playing ball anymore, he's a businessman. So, if I had him, I might take my knuckles. Can you see that? Can you see that okay? I'm taking my knuckles, bump, 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 bump. And I'm taking the pad of my knuckles right here. I'm not taking the points. Going bump, 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 bump. How's that feel? Does it feel okay? Is it too deep?
No, that's great.
There you go. So now I'm using my knuckles instead of my finger pads. Now, is there a right or wrong? Absolutely not. If it works, it's good. If it doesn't work, it's not good. That's the deal. But how many strokes are we doing? Is this complicated? Can you see how simple that is? It's not complicated, is it? That's the stroke. Now, what else are we going to do? Well, we're going to do a little stretch. So I'm going to take the heel of my hands, get up underneath Mr. Hendrick's skull, and I'm just going to lift just a little bit, stretch. So I'm going to relax the muscles with the stroke, and then I'm going to lift his neck and his head straight up, not pulling it forward or sideways or anything else. I'm going to catch it gently with the heels of my hands, and I'm going to take his head and I'm going to pull it long. Now, when he gets off the chair, now, obviously I'm not going to do this for a half an hour because I've got to teach you this and show you what we're going to do, and I've got about 10 minutes to do that. But here's the stroke. So you got it now? You got the stroke? You can either do it with your finger pads or you can do it with your knuckles. And I'm going to stop this and I'm going to put him in a couple more positions so you can get what we're talking about on a straight chair and with the body cushion.